Hey everybody! Probably shouldn't have yelled at y'all. Y'all probably adjusted the volume for the sound of the music. And then when I came in much louder, you're like, oh God! This guy! Again! With the loud yelling and the obscenities. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Wonderful welcome on this beautiful Wednesday. Hopefully, wherever you are, it's a beautiful day. It is a day. I mean, it's a day. So, welcome. Yeah, today we're going to be talking about, obviously, Star Trek Fleet Command, but specifically topics that you choose. We can talk about away teams, but we also have some dev Q&A preview. I don't know if I'll put the dev Q&A out later this evening or like after the stream, or if I'll do it tomorrow morning. But we did get some answers from the devs on some important questions. It was nice to get some specifics this time around. Now, not everything is specific, but I did get some specific, like normally we're used to getting like the devs be like, well, this could happen if this lines up with this, and Mercury's in retrograde, and almonds taste like bananas, and yeah, well, we did get some specific. There are definitely some that are kind of like reworded, but I think this dev Q&A hopefully should make people happier than the last one. I don't know, who knows? Y'all are very difficult to keep happy. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Y'all are tough to please. Y'all are tough to please. So, yeah. Welcome everybody to the show. Invite everybody that you have from your server, from your Discords, wherever they're at. I want them here because I want to talk some Star Trek with y'all. I want to get everything set up and answer as many questions as I can. We usually run here on the Wednesday shows about an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, depending on how the show goes. And I'd love to meet as many new people as possible. Hey, Lost Fan, how you doing? Y'all do be picky, Ed, for sure. I'm going to get some hellos to everybody who's in the chat so far, and appreciate y'all being here. So, Taco Elf, Thomas, Ed, Mihai, Jeremy, David, Pegasus, Andrew, another David. Wow, lots of Davids. Very common name. Shot Surfer 57 with Dean. Good to see Garel from Norway. Probably butchered that name. Simon, Wraith of War. Charles, Jamie, Aditya from 189. Probably butchered that name too. Colonel Trek, good to see you over in the UK. Beline, somebody that says his name is buying account. Yikes. Whew. Oh, man. Good to see you, Bad Boy on server 13. Are you banned from Twitch? No, I surprisingly am not. Surprisingly still there. That would be really bad. Let's not get that. Steven's here. Moose, server 24. Rune King, Thor, Sandra, Bobby G, server 159. Who else we got here? Server 15 and Alfred. Nicola on 167. John Spalina. Good to see you as well. Server 11, 170. Server 162. You should run 1 of 10 with infra mining. Bleh. Yeah, that is doable. Any of the board can do synergy. Any of the board. 138, 43. Good to see you, Dead Man. Good to see you. 63. How do I find what server I'm on? Charles, the easiest way is to honestly ask in your global chat. However, if you put your device in airplane mode, you'll get an error screen that on the very bottom text, it'll show you what server you're on. Why do they make these Armada events so dang unobtainable? Well, Keith, they actually gave you all the Armadas you needed to finish the SMS events. So that's one point that I'm going to be like, I'm not with you on. Because they did give everybody all the ones to finish the SMS. Now, if you blew through the SMS by spinning those directives on other things, that's a big yikes. That's a big yikes. You got to watch out for that. You got to watch out for that. Server 31, server 172, server 20, Archangel. Good to see you. Good morning from LA. Which LA, Big Daddy? Which LA? Don't forget that 1 in 5 logins, you'll get a successful server transfer message. Yeah, it's true, even though you're not transferring servers. Not transferring servers. Server 136, good to see you as well. And I'm not saying, by the way, that they shouldn't improve sourcing of like rare armadas. They should. And that's conversations that we've had. Y'all seen those in the dev Q&As. Los Angeles. Well, I'm from the state, LA, so that's why I asked. But yeah, they gave out 11, was it 11 rare armadas? So they gave the same SMS to players under Ops 23, which kind of screws them over. Now this is true. since you can't build an ACC until level 23. And if you were to participate in armadas, I think I counted only like 50. I think I needed, if I want to just participate in armadas, I need like 50 yesterday. Now I have unlocked 4 of 10 as of yesterday. So I will then hopefully finish this today so I can get the fancy avatar that I'll never use. But yeah, most players have gotten 4 of 10 as of today. Obviously not all, because we had that big ultra tokens thing, which they still not reset, by the way. They have still not reset. It is still, if y'all went and looked, I don't know if y'all have looked at the ultra tokens, but they still have not reset it. Now it's only one pull. You can't do all the pulls. I'm going to go ahead and head my ship to Tygo Core real quick, and then we are going to start mining some gas, because it wouldn't be a Star Trek Fleet Command stream if we weren't mining, because that's what this game is, a mining simulator. Give you that avatar straight into your veins. I mean, if you want it, I can give it to you. What's yeah, 60. Thought so. Hey, Hugo, good to see you. How do you keep track of all the traits? So the easiest way for me is through our officer tool. I don't know if we have one of our moderators. I see Hugo and Lost and Found here. If somebody would like to drop the Discord link to the officer tool, the best way for me to keep up with my officers, and I'm not trying to do just some promotion, I actually work with them, I use this. I use the officer tool to keep up with traits, my away missions, what I need to be upgrading, and then officers that I'm also upgrading. If y'all have not used the officer tool, and thank you Lost and Found, I'd highly encourage you to check it out. It is a pretty intuitive spreadsheet that you can use on Google Sheets or Excel. Now, if you are not one of those people that wants to put that amount of work into a video game, I am completely okay with that. That's fine. I'll continue to tell you the ones that I'm upgrading and why I'm upgrading them. Like right now, I'm running the Investigate Borg Signal. That is more chances at fluffy shards, 12 potential 10 of 10 shards, as I'm getting closer to leveling that character up. But I've also got this one that came through, Explore the Galactic Barrier. This one is Mitchell. Mitchell is the key card for this particular mission. He's on a ship right now, but we can continue to pass those out as we get them. Thank you for your informative videos. Well, I'm very happy that they're informative. I'm happy they're helpful, because that's the whole point that I'm here, and I'm glad I can help you out. Got the officer trait pack, dumped it all into 10 of 10. So, Steve, it's actually not a bad thing to dump it at 10 of 10. I would say split it up a little bit, because what you'll notice is the third trait gets really, really expensive for an officer. And I can show you. So, like, I am actually at 2 of 9 on Fluffy, 7,000 for my next upgrade. And what I have found, it's better for me on the epics that I'm working on to upgrade like trait 1 and trait 2, because they might only cost 3,000, 4,000. The price goes up as you upgrade these traits. And obviously you want to get them maxed, but you know, and I will agree that getting those maxed is very, very good. But I would rather you, if you're buying the pack, and by the way, I've said this to everybody out there, if you are buying a pack or you want to spend money on this game, you are welcome to contact me, and I will tell you on what I think is the best purchase for you. Because if you're going to spend money, I want you to do it efficiently. And I'm not even trying to say the individual who dumped everything into 10 of 10 didn't do it efficiently. I'm just simply saying that I don't want you to have buyer's remorse over your purchase. And I'd be more than happy to go over with any individual what you want to buy and if I think it has value. Now, you can choose to take that advice or not. That doesn't bother me at all. I just want you to know that I'm here for you if you want some help in making those choices. Like if you wanted to, like, hey, should I buy Prime Latinum? And I'm going to get here and go, no, don't do that. And you can do it if you want to. You're going to be like, should I buy Prime Piercing? I'm going to be like, no, don't do that. You can get that for free by scrapping a ship. So I want to help you as much as I possibly can. You just got to hit me up first. You got to hit me up first. So Prime Officers. Yeah, Prime Officers is a purchasable thing if you want to get that in the 20s. Now, if you're patient, you can get Prime Officers for free at level 34 by scrapping a ship. So it's all about what you want. And I agree with Lost and Found that 10 of 10, the Borg Tribble, is completely overpowered for the away mission that is for active nanoprobes. In fact, I think I talked about this on the last stream Sunday. If y'all have Borg 10 of 10 or Borg Tribble 10 of 10, and you run the active nanoprobes, if I stack stats, I can get about 23,000. I think I have a screenshot somewhere. I'm going to grab that screenshot so I can show you. So you know that I'm not BSing you, because I'm not trying to lie to you. I'm not trying to hype this thing up and tell you it's something that it's not. I'm telling you that I am killing this event because of Borg Triple. But I'm going to show you, I'm looking for it right now. I'm going to pull the screenshot. I'm going to show you how I am literally saving $100 in the game. I'm getting $100 in game value. Now, that might not mean anything to some of you who don't spend, and that's fine. But people who spend in this game know that some of these packs cost crazy prices to get what you get. My one away team, here it is. I've got it. I'm going to put it on the screen. Save image. Desktop. Here we go, save. Now let me put this on the screen for you real quick. So the reason I'm harping on this so much is I am, no exaggeration, getting $100 worth of value, almost, about 85, right here. Transition, bam. So this is, I have critted this mission 3 times. 3 times. I have critical this mission 3 times. Now this is the active nanoprobe mission. Now as you can see, I get 400,000. Now, this is based on the stats that I can stack. So I am stacking in this particular one, the health stat. You can get better than this. You can get better than this. But anyway, the point I'm making is this one right here. You see the green, the active nanoprobes? When they choose to sell active nanoprobes in a pack, they put in the pay store, the in-app purchase. It's 27,000 of these for $100. Scopely believes this is like one of the most valuable things in the game. Andrew says it's a pure cash grab. I would even agree. I would never recommend anybody buy the active nanoprobes pack. The point I'm making is, because I focus my traits on Borg 10 of 10 or Borg Triple, I'm getting almost $100 every time I crit this. And my crit rate is really high now because I've devoted so much into the traits of 10 of 10. So every time I crit, and I've done it 3 times, I've essentially saved $100. So $300 that I wouldn't have spent, but I'm getting $300 in game value because of away teams. And this is one of the reasons I harp so much on this, because for the longest time, and even now, one of the biggest pain points in this game is the upgrade cost of the active nanoprobes. My next upgrade for, pretty sure my next upgrade for 5 of 10 is going to cost me 500,000 active nanoprobes, but I'm at like 300,000. So this is kind of what they're going to patch and nerf it now. God, I hope not. But this is one of the reasons. This is just one mission, by the way. You know, the players in the 40s that I've talked to, I encourage them to focus on the away team missions that are based, especially the rainbow away team missions that are based off faction missions, because then they can get, I've seen 2,000-3,000 faction credits in one mission completion. That's huge to be able to add that to the daily amount that you're getting. So anyway, take that off the screen because I don't want to be like it's just a me bragging episode. But like I said, traits are so important. Even if you start in the 20s and 30s working towards that, they really do add up and they really do change your game long term. That nanoprobe crit is one of my favorite things to hit. What about the independent credits for upgrade? Now that is problematic, Moose, but the good thing about independent credits is we now have multiple ways to get those every day. Don't forget that you've got your augment factions. Here, let me start doing my refineries before I forget them. So we're going to do a 75 pull. Anytime I'm over 2 million, I do 75s now just because it's so easy for me to get it. But generally 12,000 is what I pull. And look at those horrible returns. And here's a 12,000 on the ore because I'm not mining ore right now. All right, so let's move over. Let me do all these so I don't forget, okay? I'm sorry. I just, and do we know what officers are up for the next arc? I do not, Baby Yaga. I don't think anybody knows yet. If they do, they haven't hinted it. So, I mean, obviously the company knows, but how about independent credit away missions? I'm down for that. I'm down for that. But the point I was going to make as soon as I get through all this junk real quick, because everybody needs to be collecting all these things every day. Don't forget, do your refineries. Get all the stuff. I mean, I need all those spore. That's actually pretty good spore drive components for me. I need as many of those as I can get. Resources, we'll do trit and dilithium here. I mean, I will tell you that the next officers that you should look forward to are going to be non-Federation officers. All right, Borg. Here's the big one. Charge nano approach of independent credits, 208. I do this one every day, and I never miss this. I never miss this. Never, 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 never. I've got to have my independent credits. And that's just one of the ways, by the way. It's just one of the ways. Now, I'll also do this one every day. Active nanoprobes. Get me 2,400. Now, this is only 10% of what I get in that away mission, but it's still good to go through that process. I don't do Borg anymore, by the way, because I do that mission. I only do the Borg if we have a mission for it. And then finally, Latinum, which I don't have enough of. What do you think should be the lowest uncommon outcome for a 3 to 4 chest pull? To me, if I pull 75,000 ore, I should get no less than 27 to 31 uncommon. No less. Minimum. And as y'all saw, that is not the case of what I just had. Exactly, Maxheimer. You will always get rainbow missions if you've done the research. Which are brief. And by the way, we're not trying to ignore any questions. If we're not getting to your question, we will definitely answer it. We'll try to get to it. We have 300 people here in chat, so we'll try to him it up. If you have not done these yet, I'm going to show you how to get the rainbow missions. And you can start doing rainbow missions as early as level 15. So you go to your away teams. Away teams atmospheric stabilizer is the first one. This is the extra away for the rainbow mission. You can note it by the rainbow pattern in the research. The next one, which is level 25, if I'm remembering right, is this one, away team air filtration. And then this one, y'all correct me, it's the launch source. Is this level 39? Is it 39? I'm blanking on what the third level was. I think it's 15, 25. Is it 39? Anyway, there's 3 of them. They're all rainbow patterned. But you can start them at the very beginning of the game, essentially. I mean, the first couple weeks in the game, you can start them. It is 39. Thank you, Andrew. I thought so. Thank y'all for the confirmation. I appreciate it. It can be tough to remember everything in this game on the spot. So apologies. But yeah, you can start this very early on. And I will admit that if you're in the 20s, some of these missions feel underwhelming. That said, they add up over time and they get much better. So if you get in the habit of maximizing them, you get in the habit of preparing for them, you're going to put yourself in a pretty nice position for success later in the game. All right, let's jump back out of here. You've maxed your away mission research at 33. Nice, Andrew. Good. Away teams and territory, those 2 research trees are so valuable in the game right now. They just give so much of what's needed. I keep telling everyone to save rare Armada directives with Scopely. They did not listen, and a few of them are crying and whining. Look, I have plenty of problems with Scopely. Y'all know this. I call them out on a lot of things all the time. They very clearly gave a huge amount of directives up front, which is an indication you're going to need these for events. And I watched a lot of people on various servers just launching armadas for the heck of it. Like, yay, we can do rares now. And I'm like, stop. And that's what happened. I mean, if Scopely gives you anything, don't go and spend it. Something's coming that you're going to need to use that on. Something's coming. Do not just go out and spend directives. If they give you 2,000 directives, do not go out there and be like, oh, Scopely is so generous, I can use these frivolously. No, don't do that. And this game, if you want to play efficiently, is about planning. And I know that annoys so many people because it's a game and you're like, I don't want to put that much time and thought. And that's fine if you don't want to. But at the same time, if you don't want to do that, then you can't complain when you miss out on something. You've got to plan when this game decides to give you things because they are not giving it for the sake of giving it. They're giving it for a purpose. Giving it for a purpose. What was the free gift for we got yesterday? I had no explanation. I know what it was because we talked about it in our group chat. I'm blanking on what it was for. I'll pull up the group chat and see if I can find it. I had to put in a bug to them this morning, so let me see if I can find it. I'll look for it. I think DJ announced what it was too. I think it was Hey Tenacious G, how you doing? Is there a cushion on the Ston grind? I missed one event. So technically no. Ticket event fix, thank you. Yeah, the Doomsday scoring snafu. I don't think it was for the Doomsday scoring snafu actually. I think it was for one before that. I think it was for a mistake before that. I don't think the Doomsday scoring snafu gets a fix. It was the fix before that. But there's multiple problems in the game. I know we're getting all of our snafus mixed up. But there was one before the Doomsday one. One before the Doomsday one. Because I turned in the Doomsday one and they didn't say that we were getting anything for it. But anyway. So the 4 of 10, as of today, there's nothing that you can do. That doesn't mean that you won't get 4 of 10. I got to be very careful with what I say because I don't want to make people mad. I'll say this, by the end of the Duality arc, if you don't have 4 of 10, you've purposely not gotten 4. Like you like chose to make a decision to miss out if you don't have 4 of 10 at the end of the arc. I don't think that you're done getting 4 or 10 shards this arc either, but you have to wait and see. You have to wait and see. Hold on, I gotta figure out what I want to research real quick. Synchronized crew. I mean, all these are so good. All these are so good. I do need to do all of these, but I need to do this one too. I need to do all these. There's so many researches to do. I get kind of like clustered up. I'm sorry, I'm not ignoring y'all. Synchronized crew, anything that does stats is what I really should be doing. But then graviton shields, I can make my enterprise a 5 million enterprise. I'm gonna do multiple today. Screw it. I'm gonna do multiple today. Anyway, I'm assuming the officer shards will be available in the event arc. I will be very, very surprised if in the event store at the end of this arc there's not 4 of 10. I am feeling very confident to say with 98% certainty you will get the opportunity to get 4 of 10 and finish it off in the event store at the end of this arc. And there is an event store at the end of this arc for those who are unaware. There is, in fact, an event store. If you were not aware, there will be one. Are there some general rules for when to use speed ups and what not to use it for? Not really, Patrick. It's if you've got the Latinum or you've got the speed ups, use them at your discretion. There are some like domination events that, you know, it's beneficial to be able to blow through them very quickly. But for me, because I have so many events coming in right now, I'm actually blowing through Latinum. Now, the one reason I'm doing is I'm actually preparing. I'm heading to level 40 plus. I'm actually trying to finish a lot of things first. But that's why I'm blowing through so many researches right now. And I have no problem with that. So like I'm trying to get before I hit level 40, I want to have pure dilithium maxed out. So I've got to go through all these stupid little vaults and all. I basically have to upgrade all this for like these are the dumbest researches. Nobody cares about your stockpiles and your par steel holdings, but you got to upgrade them to do some of these efficiency researches. So that's what I'm currently working on now. I've also got to do building right here. Look at this. This is a level 7. This is awful. I gotta do building efficiency. So I've got to finish that before I hit level 40. Now, I see people talking about officers. Let me pull up the officer screen real quick. 2 of 10 is the only one that I don't have. 3 of 10 was not in an event store, but here's why. Listen. 3 of 10 was in the final month of the arc. That's why. They do not put officers that are in the final month of the arc into an event store because the events are running the same month. If y'all have never noticed that pattern, that is why 3 of 10 was not there. But if you look at the other ones, you will notice that they were there. So for example, Picard was there. Riker was there. Those were epics released in that month. If it released at the month that the event store happens, that's not going to come out. Now, I'm not saying I agree with that logic. I think that logic is dumb. But that's the logic. You know, we're not going to put them in the event store the month that they are running. And no, there is not an event store this month. Yeah, same with Tasha Yar. That's what Tasha was also not in there. Which, I don't even remember. Yeah, I got Tasha Yar. There she is. I did not get Deanna Troi. I did not get Geordi LaForge. I did not get Data, nor did I get Worf. I got Riker, Crusher, Yar, Picard. They haven't forgotten Honor Guard Worf, Victor. They haven't forgotten him at all. He's not forgotten. They're running the schedule as they proposed they would run the schedule. Stasis research is terrible, but you really, really need it for cost reduction. Agreed. Yeah, I mean, in fact, I really shouldn't have started going to 40 until I had already finished some of the researches that you saw, like that 7 out of 10 building efficiency. But, you know, basically, I basically got dared to do it on a Twitch stream, so that's when we started doing it. And I will be level 40 plus before the start of the next arc. So yeah. Those epics don't show up in the next event store. Andrew, they go into limbo. Lork and Jayla 3 and 10. Well, I will say I hate it, but I do have to say that there is sourcing for Jayla in the game. You just have to run Swarm Matas. Now, we can all sit here and agree together that that idea for sourcing is absolutely stupid. Like, who's out there running Swarm Matas for a chance to get like 4 Jayla shards? Can you raise your hands if you did that? You're probably a whale, because nobody else was wasting rare directives to unlock Jayla. But there is sourcing for that. There's sourcing for Lorca, but you got to be a whale. You got to be a whale. You got to be in the 40s. I'm sorry, you don't have to be a whale, because there's a lot of people who are in the 40s now who are free to play. But you got to be doing the rare armadas in deep space to get a chance at Lorca and stuff in the sourcing, which is dumb, in my opinion. Charles, you're a newer player, and I love seeing newer players here, so please don't feel like we're about to attack you with what we're saying. We're just about to explain that this is your life now. So, welcome. But it says, can you explain the difference between a 1, 2, 3 chest pull for ore, crystal, and gas? I'm slightly confused on why 2 chests is 4 times the cost of 1 chest. Wouldn't it be more efficient to pull 1 chest? So, how it works is each one has what's called a loot table. So, imagine in your head like a spreadsheet, and you've got a percentage chance to hit each box. Each pull gives you a better chance at a bigger box. So like the 75% or 75,000 pull has a better chance to pull the high end of the loot table. But they all have a chance to pull any part in the loot table. So basically, Scopely is charging you a higher fee for you to have a better chance. Not a guarantee, by the way, because I have had a 75,000 pull give me no uncommon at all. The loot table is absolutely awful, and the percentage chance is worse. But they're charging you for an opportunity to get more uncommon. Technically, it's possible a 75,000 pull can give you like 100 uncommon, but the odds of that happening are so low. And the odds of that happening with a 1750 pull are 0. It's not going to happen. A 1750 pull is very limited in how high it can go on the loot table. So it's giving you an extra tax, if you will, to get a better loot table chance. It's really, really dumb. It's really, really hurtful to the economy. And it's really, really frustrating for the players. But that's how it works, and now you know. I feel like an Adams Ruin Everything episode. Rev Ruins Refinery. You know, that would actually probably be a pretty funny series for me on the YouTube channel to do a Rev Ruins Everything about Star Trek Fleet Command. Just take your favorite thing and be like, here's why it sucks. Should we do that? Should I do a Rev Ruins Everything edition? I feel like that might be fun just for me. Maybe it's not as fun for y'all. Oh, man. I love y'all. I really do. If the drop was good, then it would be okay, but 4-star rare for officers sucks big. Agree, Zero. The Armada chests and 4-star are pretty bad. Pretty bad. Did anyone here ever get 100 uncommons with a refinery pull? The highest was 70 with the 4 times. I might have misspoke. I don't know if 100 is the top. Somebody has the loot table posted. I have to go look at it. It's something close to 100 though. Yeah, nice Slag, nice. Rev Ruins Tiger Court. Can we not talk about that on stream? Thank you for the information. Yes, I'm newer. I just started from 14, working to 19. Congratulations, Charles. Welcome to the game. As much as we do bad talk things that are in here, and I think that we have some legitimate complaints, this is a fun game. And we definitely have a great community here. So welcome to the game. Invite your friends to play and invite them to watch the channel. If you're on a newer server, which I assume you are because you're a lower level player, please invite people to come here so that we can help them out and have them join the Discord. And also, if you know a whale on your server, tell them to come donate to the house fund because we need to get these kids in a house. And by the way, bam, top of your screen, house fund growing. Appreciate it. Reality checks are a good thing. Too many people live in La La Land. Look, I've always told you this. I'm always going to be a straight shooter. I'm always going to tell you exactly what's good and what's bad about the game. I'm not going to pull a punch. It's just not my style. So, annoyingly, due to the change Scopely made of Heart of Stein, I missed out on Stein, 3-star short, playing the whole thing based off. Well, Nicholas, I understand your frustration. Many people had it. You might still get it. So, stay tuned. Stay tuned. You finally got Eurydice. What is she good for? Eurydice is good for away teams. Eurydice is one of the perfect matches to a rainbow away team mission. That's about the best that Eurydice is for. And I'm glad, Robert. I'm glad. I still need to do the camping at level 35 video. I've not done the camping at level 35 video. I have so many videos, y'all. I've got a video about the Northcut, the new 5-star Federation uncommon ship. I've got a video about the Vorcha, the 5-star Klingon ship. I've got a dev Q&A video. I've got a research video I've got to do. I have so many videos. I can't just put out 3 videos a day because nobody's going to watch all those. It has to be spaced out. Nobody wants to watch 3 hours of Rev Deuce every day. I think I'm amazing, but there's no way y'all do. So I've got to space them out. And we will definitely try to get as much of that out as we can. You have to admit that the metaphasic store is disappointing in my opinion. Yeah, chill out. It definitely varies. I've got a whale yesterday who was talking about how much he loves the metaphasic store. I personally don't buy on PC. If I do buy, I still buy on the app because I'm pretty high on the rewards program with Google at this point. But that's just me personally. If you are a new spender, like you don't spend often and you're not part of like a Google rewards program, I think the multiphasic is a nice little bit of extra. Thank you, Tim Shady. Appreciate it. Yeah, all the requests. Well, there's only, I think, 3 request videos pinned right now, Lost and Found. But you probably should go edit your pin to include Rev Ruins Everything. Just unlocked your third dry dock. Now I have 1 set for mining, 1 set for Fendra, and 1 for your Tala. Oh, man, going back in the day. From level 29, where should I jump next? Mihai. So I put out a video called Camping at Level 29, Soft Camping. I encourage you to check it out. But essentially my idea is you're going to camp at 29, get the efficiencies that you need, get your ship up, then 31, then 33, then camp for a long time at 35. There's not a lot between 30 and 34 that you really need. There's a bunch of research that you unlock. There's not really ships. Most people skip the 32 faction ships. You can build a faction miner on your way up. It's soft camping. Which rainbow mission? It is, I'm blanking on the name. I have to pull up. I don't know if Hugo is here and has it. The away mission that Eurydice matches up perfectly is one of the Latinum missions. By the way, where are my blue light glasses? Because, man, I'm already getting a headache staring at the screen. Already getting a headache. I'll have to find those. Yeah, it's one of the Latinum missions. So, trade agreement. Thank you, Ice Glow. Thank you. Yeah, the officer tool is great. Shout out to Lube, who does absolutely nothing on it. But shout out to the officer tool. If y'all haven't joined it, I would encourage you to. We plugged it earlier in the stream. I use it, and y'all know how I feel about spreadsheets. So, about to go to Ops 39. What are the main things recommended before Ops 40? Tim, I've got an entire video about camping at level 39 and things that I want to complete. There's a long list, man. Every efficiency research, anything that says efficiency or pure, all of those max level. Take them to the absolute tippy top of the top shelf. That's number 1. Unlocking the ISS jellyfish is big for me. You should really max out your discovery if you can. All those are important. Thank you, Lost Found, for sharing the link. Appreciate it. Thought your thoughts on faction miners were not to build it until you get 35. So, John, yes. However, there's been a slight change to my recommendation, and I'll explain why. So, I have made that advice for about 2 years. Here's what slightly changed it. Away teams. You know why? I don't think I have one right now, so I wish I could show you. I'm actually really tempted. Thank you, Tim Shady, for the $5 Canadian super chat. Appreciate it. I'm actually going to speed this up and see if I get lucky. That way I can show you another one on the respawn. Also, can we get a critical, please? Can you bless me with a critical on stream, Scopely? I will never say a negative thing about you if you give it. Come on, please. Please. Come on, please. 3, 2, 1. All right. Come on. Of course. I'm the redheaded stepchild for Scopely. Can't ever give me anything nice. Let's see if my rainbow respawn to a faction mission, though. And nope, I got formed trade agreement. So literally the entire point of this was to show off the faction missions, and Scopely gave me a big screw you. So thanks, Scopely. Appreciate it. But anyway, the faction missions that allow you to get more faction credits now, that has made it a little bit easier to justify going into faction miners sooner. And that's what's kind of changed some of my recommendation. What did I expect? Well, here's the worst part, Ed. When I'm live streaming, I never get the great critical pulls. When I am off stream, I get the criticals all the freaking time. Here's proof. It was literally on the screen. Here's proof. Look, I get these. I got 3 of these in a day. One day, I got 3 criticals. Every time we do it on stream, nothing. Absolute Scopely, stop. It's not funny. But anyway, the point I'm making is you can get faction credits a lot quicker and easier through the crits. So it's a lot more feasible to go after the faction miners sooner. So John says at my level, faction mission payouts kind of meh, could be my traits level. So your trait is only going to affect the critical percentage. However, keep in mind that the cost of things that you need at that level is really cheap. I mean, an epic ship costs, what, 180,000 faction credits? It's 12,000 faction credits to get a level 26 ship. You know, getting a faction miner is not that expensive. So it's relative. It's relative. And yes, also the away team store can help you get some things as well. There's a lot of ways that the game is added. We need to do a rare armada pack here in a second. Where's our away team? But this is giving you faction rep, but also here's your blueprints. So even if you're not getting faction credits, you can still, you saw me not get a crit, but still get 700 of the away team tokens. Well, hey, look, away team tokens. I can go and get cavorts with this. So this has made, away teams as a whole has made this a lot easier to source those miners sooner. Whereas before you wanted to save everything that you could for your faction ship. And now you're able to get that probably a little bit sooner or a lot sooner than you would have when I was level 30 for the first time, where it really wasn't as feasible. So sometimes the game updates in a good way to where it changes the advice. Now, if you're leveling up to level 34/35 and you do not have near enough faction credits for your epic ship, then don't blow it on a faction ship or a faction miner, because the faction warship is the most important thing. I noticed in your officers that you had the cadet officers max. I'm assuming that's because you had this prior TNG, correct? Should I max the TNGs or switch to another time? So, Charles, good question. Here, I'll sort by group because you saw the cadets up there. So here are the cadets, but here are the next gens. The next gens are the exact same officers. So, for example, next gen LaForge, rerouting power, and then timeless, decreasing weapons damage, is the exact same officer. Literally the exact same every way around as Cadet Uhura. They have the exact same ability. Exact same. So it doesn't matter. Max out whichever one you're getting first. If you're getting the next generation first as a new player, max that out. If you're getting cadets, max that out too, because then you can use both sets. But it doesn't matter. You don't have to switch over. They have the exact same abilities. Exact same abilities. Nathan says, after getting my Enterprise, the Antares was so cheap in comparison. And that's kind of my point, that, you know, as you level up, it becomes easier to get faction credits. Also, don't forget the Borg. I never want to leave out the Borg. I've maxed out my Vidar, which you should max out your Vidar as soon as possible. If I wanted to go get charged Federation credits, 600 right there. 600 a day. Bam, bam. Now, I've got the double output because they gave away that Prime in a Battle Pass, but 600 every day, every day, every day. Plus faction credits from missions. Plus what I can get from dailies. Plus what I can get from scouts. Plus blueprints I can get from away team store. So anyway, all this to say, your ability to source things in game, faction wise, have improved an amazing amount. I mean, it really has jacked up. Now, are other things still awful? Yes. And a content creator just made a video about how some things have gotten forgotten and are still really, really bad. But other things are really, really good. So, the more you know. All right. Anyway. Currently sitting at 27. Would you recommend getting to 29 than camping? Yes. If you've got everything that you need. Like, don't go up there just for the sake of going up there. You know, finish what you needed to have maxed. Get you a Vidar up and all that other stuff. You know. At 35, I had all the faction miners and didn't spend a single credit on them. Nice, Dustin. Nice. Good job. Because also what you do, and I mentioned this before, is when you're going through your hostile grinding, you will naturally get miners from grinding hostiles. So for me, if I pull up my surveys right here, you see I've got a whole nother Cavort, a whole nother Antares, and a whole nother Valkeys I can build. And I don't go spend credits on these. And then I've got a ton of Horizons I can build. So you can also start getting those blueprints here. Let's see in the off chance I pull them right here because I've been farming 38 chests. Let's see if I get any blueprints. I got a Burrell and a Horizon, so rip. It didn't give me a Cavort or anything. But you can also get them to drop from that as well. So there's just a lot of ways. All this to say there's a lot of ways right now. You level 33 and got all 3 faction miners for 90% free from Armada chests. That's another way you can do it, Greg. Very good point. Very good point. Max Disco or summoning, what should I spend resources on? Ooh, Slug. Are you at max? Because I will say that what I did is I went for summoning first, and that's one of the reasons I feel like my discovery is held back a little bit. Because remember, the higher level the discovery goes, the better the refinery is. If you're closer to max, I'd go ahead and max it and then go back and get summoning. Summoning is extremely important, and you must have summoning before going into the 40s. To me, that's a must-have. But summoning is very hard to get early on because of how much it costs, and your pull rate in terms of what you get in your discovery refinery is better than max the higher level it is. But I would definitely max it before going to the 40s. That's one thing I have not done, and that's a mistake. Like, I did not max out my discovery before heading to the 40s. That's a mistake. Like, I should not have done that, but I have. It's a little late now, but it is what it is at this point. Look at my pretty Burrell. Oh, by the way, I have an update on cloaking is another thing I've got an update on. So that's going to be good. Culber, Group, Stamets, Saru, bam. Oh, if I want a hot swap to that, I can. And we got to knock this down. As a new player, I don't plan on spending. However, I'm about to have the Battle Pass maxed. Would it be worth at least unlocking the premium? So, Charles, I tell people that if you're willing to spend a little bit, you can go a long way. And if you are a light spender, like you're the type of person that never wants to spend $100, which is fine, the extra builder, the extra researcher are extremely important in the 30s and 40s and 50s. Extremely important. Look at my build times right now. You see my build times on my screen? You see that? Me going to Ops 40 was like 80 days. Having an extra builder is huge for that. That's worth $5. The extra researcher worth $20, and then the battle pass every month for $20 is good value. Is actually a fantastic value. The battle pass is the best value in the game right now if you're willing to spend. If you're not a spender, don't feel pressured. You can progress in the game without spending any money. But if you're willing to spend, the value of the battle pass is the best value of anything in the game right now. Lost Found, I don't buy the Elite Pass, nor do I promote the Elite Pass. I think the Elite Pass this time around was great, but I don't promote the Elite Pass just because I hate spending $100. I'm a cheapo. I'm poor. I'm poor boy. I'm poor boy. I don't like spending. But, all right, let's get these in. Congratulations, Grey Wolf. You're officially better than Rev Deuce. 20 bucks is a round of beer. Yeah, stop drinking. Play game. There you go. Will cloaking work on territory takeover? I mean, technically, yes, but cloaking doesn't last long enough to, like, be a legitimate tactic. Oh, you mean so the Elite Battle Pass, you don't want to confuse your wording, Lost Found. The Elite Pass is $100. The Premium Pass is $20. The Elite is a $100 pass. Now, this month's Elite had 2 sets of officer shards in it, and that was pretty nice. But have I finished this? I haven't finished the Stan yet, have I? Is it still worth building and scrapping envoys in late 20s for 3-star? I think it is, Blake. Yeah, I think it is. We still got a ways to go. Good thing we're grinding in Tygo Core. Then we got to go grind there. The main thing to keep in mind when maxing ships is your dailies and the off chance that you have to do PvP. If you can't hit your swarms, Borg hostiles, etc., then take your time. I agree with Justin. Very much so. Very much so. What's a good officer for away missions that give for the away mission that gives trade XP? Stephen Lamar, I'm pull up my one. Do you remember what that is called? The mission? I don't remember the mission name off the top of my head. I'm gonna have to pull up the officer tool and find it for you. But I can pull it with the officer tool. Where's my officer list? Is Lube still here? Is Lube still here? Lube, do you remember the name of that event real quick? Do you remember the name of that event? Yeah, if somebody can pull up the name of that mission. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. I'll pull it up in the... Is it called Officer Training? Thank you. Here, let me pull it up. Officer Training. All right. So, impulsive, patriotic, resourceful, uncompromising. I'm looking through it now to see which one kind of goes through multiple there. Let's see. So, Michael Burnham has 2. So, Officer Training looks like Michael Burnham is the only one that has multiple, and she has 2 of them. I think Michael Burnham is your only one. Now, my list has not been updated to include the new officers, so 4 of 10. I know 4 of 10 does not have these, and I don't believe Honor Guard Warp does, but it looks like Michael Burnham is the only officer that has multiple for that mission. Well, good luck to Manchester United, Bleach Guy. So, Michael Burnham, to answer the question. So, Bogdan, it does depend on your RNG. I've got it twice in one day before. I've got it twice in a day, which I sent to DJ, and I think DJ just felt I was rubbing it in, which I kind of was, to be honest with you. I love DJ. Nothing but positives about DJ, but I was kind of rubbing that one in. I got it twice in one day before. Yeah. Here, we'll just hit these now because I've already finished what I was doing. All right, where's my chat box? It went away. There it is. Sweet, got my chat box back. Did you get the gift yesterday? No, I didn't, Cry Alex. That was for a mistake from like 2 weeks ago. I'm trying to remember. We talked about it earlier. I don't remember exactly what it was for. Oh, I got to pull this. So, getting some keys or shards, more uncommons, speed ups. I love this so much. I love that my photon tokens are here. Photon tokens! Where do I find where's the mission for Deep Space access? So the mission for Deep Space spawns when you hit level 38. So when you hit level 38, it will automatically pop up and you will have it, Brigadier Jones. You got to hit level 38 though before you can go into Deep Space. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, John. When should I worry about the Stella? As soon as you can start getting it. I don't recommend the hardcore devotion to the Stella that some people do, but I do think that it's something that you should start working on as soon as possible. Duality would have been better if it wasn't geared towards higher level players. Well, truthfully, BS, and I'm not trying to say this in a mean way. It's not. It's not geared to higher level players at all. Higher level players is 45 to 60. Most of the people in this game, 80% of the game are in about the 30s range. Now, there are a lot of new servers in the game, which I love. You know, in the past year, a couple dozen new servers, which means tens of thousands of new players have joined, which is fantastic. But most of the game is not there. You know, 23 is a very low level. I mean, I can get to level 23 in 2 weeks. Maybe 3 weeks. If I press, I can get there in 2 weeks, though. So, yes, I agree with you that I like when lower level stuff, they try to include as much lower level as possible. But this arc as a whole is catering to the majority. And I say that only because there have been arcs, and people who are in this chat can confirm, there have been arcs that were catered to the high level players. And we really dislike those. There have been arcs that are catered to nothing but the high 40s. So most of this game is about where I'm at, or a little bit lower. But most of us will all agree that we hate the well arcs. And they don't come super often, but when they come, you can tell because most of the game is going insane. How do you hit level 23 as a free-to-play? Oh, simple. I mean, one, I've been doing this for 3 years, and I'm the biggest content creator for the game. So I know all the tricks of the trade. But, you know, I know the resource hunting, I know the prep, I know the raiding. I know which researches to focus on, which to skip. You know, it's pretty easy to level up. And obviously, I'm going to use some speed ups there to progress a little bit quicker. But, you know, I can get to level 10 in my first day. So I don't expect new players to do that. I'm simply saying that the game economy, and here's also why I say this BS, because when I started the game, even if you knew what you were doing, it would take you about 2 months to get to level 20. The economy for the game has progressed to the point where they've really kind of fast forwarded people to where the first 20 levels you can do really, really, really fast. And that's only because the game has gone up so much. So if there's a level 60, you know, you can get to level 60 now. Granted, whales are the ones, the high-end spenders are what's doing that. But they've increased the economy to where you can reasonably progress pretty quickly. So like where you're at level 23, it's very reasonable, even as a free-to-play player, that you could be level 25 by December. Which means that you could be level 25 by December when we assume an event store comes where you could get the Vidar in the event store. So it's things like that. And also one of the things that your level that you got to start focusing on is when you get to level 25, Cosmic Cleanup, which is an event that happens on Saturday, you're getting Vidar tokens in that store. You're getting Vidar ship shards. All of this has just changed so much in the past 3 years. But it's also about knowing what you can get. And Paul, you're correct, half of Vidar, which is why I brought up Cosmic Cleanup. Cosmic Cleanup so you can turn in and get Vidar shards every Saturday. I only say all that to say that, yes, it's annoying because you're like in that really weird soft spot right now where you're a newer player and it feels like the game is kind of ignoring you. But there's also a lot of things that you have that I never had. For example, I never had away teams. You've got away teams. I never had exocomps. You've got exocomps. I never had an extra builder. You have the opportunity, if you want to buy an extra builder. I never had an extra researcher. You can buy an extra researcher. You know, when I was the first at level 18, there was no Franklin. There was no Swarms, which gives you resources. There was no Botany Bay. None of that existed yet. So even though it's really annoying, if you take the time and you watch videos and you ask people, you can fly through some of those early levels because they've given you a lot of tools to make it easier. The only thing they haven't really made easier is officer acquisition. That's still a pain in the butt. That's the worst. But everything else is kind of quickly progressing. You can, as a free-to-play player, we have a lot of free-to-play who have done this in the past year. You can free-to-play from level 1 to level 34 in 6 months. It's definitely doable. Now, that's a lot of work to do, by the way. I'm not saying it's easy. Those are people who like to play hardcore. But at the absolutely slowest pace, you can get there in a year. You can get there in a year. The Duality mission was set for level 34. And we have talked before on the channel how we all agree that them level locking missions is dumb unless they at least let you archive that mission to do later. And they've had a really big problem with not letting you archive those missions. And that's definitely something we gripe at them for because we don't want it to be that way. We don't want it to be that way. We want everybody to be able to at least get the mission and work towards progressing towards it because that's how we have fun. Stefan says, I'm completely free to play first time through 7 months to level 30. That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. You know, it's going to be different for everybody. I know some people who come into this game and they start playing 4 hours a day. And at that level, you're going to do a lot. But if you're, you know, it's all about tactics and learning and how well is your alliance teaching you? Are they teaching you the easier way as a player? Are you kind of fumbling through it? At the end of the day, all that matters to me is if you're having fun. My goal is to be a conduit between you, the player, and then the dev team so that we can have the fun and we can have the best game possible. That's my goal. I want the community to be enjoying what's going on. I want Star Trek to be a lot of fun. And hopefully we can get there for everybody. And I definitely love that, for example, you know, BS, I'm not sure how new you started, but one of the coolest things that you got to experience that I never did is the Next Generation. When this game first came out, it was only the Kelvin movies. So I started off with like Instructor Spock and Cadet Kirk, but it's from the Kelvin movies. And I'm not saying the movies are bad. I'm not trying to get into that argument, but you get to experience so much more of real Star Trek, and I'm really excited for that if you're a huge nerd. If you're not, well, then ignore everything I said. But yeah, you started in August, so you've gotten to experience so much that I missed. Like, I feel like the game is so much better now. It's annoying. Peter says, I've been playing free-to-play for nearly 18 months and only just now moving to 32. Well, Peter, you are going low and slow, buddy, but as long as you are having fun, man, that's all I care about. That's all I care about. The Stella Research give you max blueprints for the Stella. Stella Research? No. Now, you do get, in the faction store for the Stella, you do get blueprints through there. Dragon Keeper says, level 1 to level 28, almost 29 with no spending in a month. Wow, Dragon, that's insane. Dragon, you're not new, though. Dragon, I recognize your name. If you're the Dragon Keeper, I think you are. You are definitely not new. You're definitely not new. Nice, Peter. Nice. You're Admiral of your Alliance. Congratulations. That is awesome. How do you get a second Stella? Jamie, the only way to currently procure a second Stella is through event stores. So when big event stores come around, like at the end of TNG Arc 5, at the end of this Duality Arc, the ability to get those shards there. Now, we are currently fighting for ways to do that in other spots. I mean, I am a big proponent of getting all the specialty ships and the specialty ship skins in other locations, but it's a fight with them. And exactly what Nathan said. Please don't take Star Trek Fleet Command in a chase the whales or chase the leaderboard. You've got to play this game to be the best player that you can be. Ignore what everybody else is doing. Because unless you're willing to spend literally hundreds of thousands of dollars, you're never going to be top level soon. All right, what is the next one? Just fill your cargo with 3-star oxygen in one shot. Dean, I love to hear a good OPC story. Love it. How long is the Duality Arc? That has not been officially released. I expect it to run 3 months and end the year. I expect it to run 3 months in the year. So I would expect December to be the final month, but I don't know that for certain. Oh, yay, we just finished our stun. Woohoo, we got a frame. Yay, frames. All right, let's recall. Let's recall. Yeah, 23 is where you got to start Armadas. You can't get the ACC until level 23. STFC says I'm level 34 in 44 in 12 months. Wow, STFC. That is some serious progression. Now, I'll admit that I've purposely held back before, and y'all know this because I'm trying to kind of cater towards more players in the game, so I don't want to get too high level, but I am looking forward to finally being in the 40s now that the economy has improved some. Hopefully Romulans will get some love with some good new officers. Stay tuned, Nick. Stay tuned. Maybe. 4 short of 410 thanks to the Ultra event. Well, Dave, maybe an opportunity comes where you can get more shards. Who knows? Do you think they have all the officers available in the event store at the end? I think that they'll have the officers that are this month there. If there's any new officers that come out in December, then no, I don't think that those will be in the event store because that doesn't follow the pattern that they usually go for. But I do think that there will be officers in the event store. Let's see. In the event store, would you go after 3 of 10 or Epic Wharf? Ooh, great question. So for me, because I'm a huge PvPer, it's Honor Guard Wharf without question. However, that question can only be answered based on your personal playstyle. I am a huge PvPer. I love PvP. I love cloaking. I love PvP. I love all of this. This is my game. I'm a Klingon. What's probably more important to the game, 3 of 10. 3 of 10 is honestly better for your gameplay in terms of what you do every single day, mining. What I would go for? Worf, and it ain't even close. Like, Worf is one of my favorite officers in the game now. So, it's going to depend on how you want to play the game and what you're looking to get out of it. Because, like, one of the things that we're going to talk about in the Dev Q&A video is there are updates to territory capture finally coming very soon. Okay? And what I mean by very soon, I'll go ahead and spill the beans on this one. I still expect y'all to watch. Y'all going to watch the Dev Q&A for when I put it out, right? Y'all going to still watch the Dev Q&A even if I give you one of the answers? So here is one of the questions that I asked. I'm just going to read it verbatim. I said, territory capture was promised to have updates and rotations, but nothing has really happened since its release. When does Scopely plan on doing some form of update to this section of the game? And here was the answer directly from the dev team. I love this because they actually gave a direct answer. It said, agreed, we have some plans around territory capture for this arc that will be rolled out across the next couple of months. That is a direct answer. Did they give you specifics of what they're doing? No. But did they give you a timeline and did they tell you that they are doing it? Yes. It is so rare sometimes to get direct answers from Scopely. But they literally responded with, yes, we agree with what you're saying. And in the next couple of months, you're seeing direct changes to territory capture. I have no idea what that is. It could be bad. But they literally even gave us a timetable. You're seeing territory getting updated this arc. This arc. So, hey, awesome. I'm on a 0 node. Hey! I'll punch you in the face if you come hit my ship. I'll kill you! Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. So, look, you got a direct answer there. And a 2-minute warning. I see you, Kendra. I see you. Do I need to come park my 5 million Enterprise next to it? It ain't 5 million yet, but I feel it's getting bigger. 4.8. Like, I'm so proud of her. Research, she just keeps growing and growing, and so yummy. So, why do you think they let Worf out of STNG Uncommon? What do you mean? They have a rare Worf. So there's 2 Worfs in the game right now. BS. There is a rare Worf from Star Trek: The Next Generation, and now there's the Honor Guard Worf. Yeah, Quark is needed. Sure. Let's see. I love how your Enterprise has afterburners. Yeah, I hate that philosopher. I've complained about that so often. I mean, it's so stupid. This is not. Go watch the freaking series. These are warp nacelles. They don't have exhaust. This is an impulse engine. See the red dot? These are impulse engines. You idiots. Sorry. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. And there's my ISS Jelly. Looks so good in the dock. My Burrell. I actually want to change the ship real quick. Oh, dang it, they're not here. I do love this skin. I've got a second Enterprise just to host this skin. Oh, man, I love this battle damage Enterprise D. Look at that. F-14 engines. Yeah, the afterburner's going off. Look at this. Oh, I love it. Love it so much. I just wish it looked this good in space. I love this skin so much. I actually have this model from the 90s. Like, I have a damaged Enterprise D from the 90s. I have the model. It's actually sitting right behind me, behind the thing. Rare Worf, Rare Worf, Rare Worf, Rare Worf, Rare Worf. Got it. It was tough, though. It was difficult. Yeah, in space, it looks awful. I put that bug in. The engineers have seen it. They're supposed to be fixing it. So, yeah, swap this back to our ISS Jelly with my Constellation skin, which also looks really freaking... Now, in terms of battle damage skin, I think this one looks better. This is a great-looking battle damage skin. But I still love my Enterprise D, and nostalgia honestly has a little bit to do with that. I'm not going to lie. By the way, there's 408 people here. Hit the like button. I see like 200 likes. That'd be great. It helps support the channel. Help support the channel. Also, if you want to help support the channel, donate to the house fund. Remember, every $20 donation or more will get your name on the wall of the new house when we get it. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, everything's appreciated. Nothing's required. Thank you. Best faction to go after triple lock? Oh, great question, Donna. Great question. It's tough for me because I think it depends on how fast you can progress. Here's your funny thing. Here's your funny thing. And Donna, I'm not sure how much that you've hung around here, but we talk about the whales a lot. Did you know there's a strategy going around the whales now for completely skipping the 4-star epics? Skipping them. Skipping the Tribune, skipping the Enterprise A, skipping the Hector. Going for the 46 ships, and then skipping because the uncommon 5-star are so freaking good. So freaking good. For me, it doesn't really matter. All of them have a good path. All of them have a good path. And what I mean by that is all the ships are good. If you go Federation, they've just made the Enterprise A better. The Newton is good. It's just slow as crap. The Kelvin, meh. You know, but you go past that, the Northcutt, it's a good ship. You know, the Enterprise D, we know it's going to be a good ship long term. Romulan, we know the Pilum is the best ship in the 40s. Besides maybe the Tribune. Tribune, really, really good. You know, the Valdor, solid ship. It doesn't really matter because there's no officer path anymore in that level range. You've already got all those officers max. So then it's just picking what you like, essentially, in my opinion. Picking what you like. And I don't think there's a wrong answer. Now, I'll probably do Klingon, but I'll donate 20 bucks if you put my mug on the wall. Sorry, Best Bros, it's just the name. Now, if you donate something ridiculous, you may get your picture on the wall, but $20 gets your name on the wall. Best 4-star faction ship with the newest update. Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm really buying in. I know I'm so far away from this, but I'm really buying into the idea of skipping the epics, and I'm just going to go for the Pilum. I'm going to go for the Pilum. So I'm going to go Romulan. I'm going to go for the Pilum. Yeah, the Newton is slow because it doesn't have the afterburner animation. Facts. Send a like from Germany. Guten Abend, Andy. Guten Abend. Wie geht's? Hey, Gelector, how you doing? Which faction would you recommend for going for the 1 billion lock? We were actually just talking about that, and it honestly doesn't matter. It's literally you pick which one you think is your favorite based on the ships. I'm actually probably going to slowly dual grind it. You know, now that I'm here, I'm actually going to start really going and upping my ramen. I'm going to hit celebrated pretty soon, and that way I can actually start doing some grinding. I'm going to go to admired, but yeah, Rev just got Enterprise and Spock on it. Okay, you did not see that because C, and then C. Neither of those Enterprises have got Spock. You ain't getting me. You ain't getting me. Want to skip 4-star epics, 5-star uncommons? Because the 5-star uncommons absolutely mollywop the epics. A tier 4 5-star uncommon will obliterate a maxed 4-star. Maxed Tribunes are just flying off the face of the earth against a tier 4 Corvus. The reason is because it still costs you a crap ton of money to max out that epic ship. Even now, even today, if you want to max out an epic 4-star, it's going to cost you money. What's the point of putting money into that? If you're going to spend on the 5-star. Way better ships. Well, Dean, I was saying that this was a strategy going amongst the whales. There's no free-to-play who has to worry about skipping an epic 4-star. There's nobody there. There's no free-to-play that's even made it to the 46s yet. So this is a whale/dolphin discussion. And they're talking about skipping the epics because the 5-star uncommons are just so bloody good. Too good, in fact. I still argue that they made them way too strong. I'm not there yet, but do you have levels to camp at the 40s? I will be making videos for that, Nathan, yes. Do you know if there's a new lock level? There is, Moose. There is a new rep lock after 1 billion. I can confirm to you that there is a new rep lock after 1 billion. I don't remember if I'm allowed to say what it is. I don't remember. But there is a new rep lock. D4 Enterprise best for hostiles and the Augur's best for armadas. Well, the Enterprise and Augur are still better for hostiles than the D4 is, in my opinion. The D4 is the best in terms of the group in PvP. D4 is the best for PvP. All right, so y'all already know what it is, and then I can say it. Yeah, 15 billion is the new lock. 15 billion, new lock. With us doing a lot of material spend to get 4 of 10 charge, do you think Scopely will have more frequent bonus refineries? Elmo, I don't know. The only bonus refineries that we've gotten in the past 6 months are because I went and fought and begged tooth and nail. I do not claim to have great pull. These are just 2 things that I managed to somehow get. I managed to somehow convince them that bonus refineries were a good idea for the time and when they happened. It's not on a set schedule. I would love it to be, and I will continue to fight for that. But we just get them when we get them. And I'm going to fight for another one. I'm going to fight to get one on Christmas. Awesome, by the way, they just fixed this. I turned that in an hour ago, and they just fixed it. Good job on them. So yeah, Best Bro, I asked for the bonus refinery last week based on the events, and I said, hey, people need more uncommon to finish it, or not last week, 2 weeks ago, based on the amount of uncommons needed. So they did, and then we managed to beg them for it 3 months ago. Now I know for a 100% fact I got the first one. The last one, it was me suggesting it, and they didn't be like, yeah, you got that. The first one, they like, yeah, you got it. But I'm going to take credit for it anyway. I'm going to take credit for it. And no, Ron, they're not changing the hitting range. No. So shield or share. Remember the rules. Yeah, Kevin, I'm aware. That's part of the logic that I present to them. But you gotta remember, it's an everyday fight with the overlords to convince them that, hey, this is good for the game. This will help improve the game. This will help improve your income. It's a continual thing to go through with them. You know. And I'll also want to give a lot of credit to like DJ. DJ does a ton of work with the event structure. Like, I fight for things like bonus refineries. I fight for bug fixes. I fight for officers and transporter patterns and stuff. I fight for the photon tokens, the loyalty stuff. DJ fights just as hard as I do, but for other things. Like, DJ does a fantastic job of taking the events that come out and being like, look, here's what the average player can reach. Here's math to prove it. Here's where you are, and you need to bring it down. DJ does a fantastic job going to the devs and saying, look, here's why the math says you did the events badly and you need to fix them. I'm focusing on things like I'm trying to get people bug fixes. I'm trying to get customer support better. I'm trying to get quality of life improvements. And DJ's working on events. And obviously we do the same thing. I come to them and say, hey, this event sucks too. But we have some really good people who volunteer, because that's what content creators are. That's what moderators are, who come to them and say, hey, here's why you need to fix this. Can you fight for better communication to the non-Discord player base? You mean me, Renico? Am I not good enough for you? I'm right here. I'm right here. DJ's all about the math. Hey, I'm about the math too. I'll do math before DJ. Yeah, DJ's awesome and he's about the math. I love DJ. That's why I support him, because he fights. Renico, I'm just giving you a hard time. Yes, I actually have been trying to talk with the community manager areas about using the social media more. And even getting the CCs more exposure on social media to help spread out news and things like that. Well, Scott, yeah, to me, it's not a competition. You know, if DJ is successful, I'm successful. I'm a firm believer that if content creators as a group are successful, we're helping each other. Like, I don't think it should just be Rev by himself, 30,000 followers, and everybody else should die. Just die. These CCs must die. That's from Jesus Christ Superstar. I think that if we're all helping each other, we're getting a better product out for everybody, which helps the game get better, which then helps the players be happier, which then means more players, which means more people following us. So I think it's an effect where if I help DJ, DJ's helping me. And if I help no one, it's helping me. I don't get the there are definitely content creators out there who think, well, I just got to focus on my stuff and screw everybody else. No, I mean, help everybody out. What does it hurt you to help them out? So even when me and DJ disagree, I will always tell you, go check out DJ's content. Go see what No One Shall's putting out. I'll always say that. Fazona says, I mean, communication needs to get better with the ultra rep problem. You were better informed on DJ's Discord than the official Discord. I mean, it happens. And it's how communication gets disseminated, because obviously the official Discord, they rely a lot on the moderators to post a lot of updates, because the dev team itself doesn't want to be the ones going out and posting updates. Now, you do have some devs who've been really good. We are Borg. I have no idea what comment you're even talking about. There's 412 people here, buddy. I promise I'm not ignoring anybody. I don't see it. There's too many people. It's a good thing, but I'm not ignoring anything. If anything now, though, because you made a smart comment, I probably will ignore whatever your comment is. Love you, buddy. But you do have some devs like Old Man who'll come in and say everything. But generally, they rely on the people who maintain the Discord. One of the issues, though, is a lot of the moderators who help support the Discord aren't in the U.S. They're over in Europe. So sometimes there's a time issue there. And I do agree. I'm not saying communication shouldn't be better. I'm just saying that I guess what I'm really saying is they need to give more people control to disseminate that information. You know, and I'm not trying to step on moderator toes, but if like a moderator isn't available, then make DJ or myself or have Aries come, you know, post more often so they can post the official Discord. You know, make us able to post on the official Facebook page, on the official Twitter account. You know, I mean, all those things are dreams that I think probably will never happen, but I do agree communication should be much better. And I think that they have made steps. I love that they have a website. I love that they post here's our dev blog of here's the roadmap we're putting out. I think that's good. You know, but there's definitely better improvements to be had. Lube says he's ignored me for years. Well, Lube, it's only because you're British. Everybody knows Rev hates the British. So I'm just kidding. You know, some people took that serious at some point. I just got Curon, but I can't see how it's best to use them. Did you make a video about them? Did we make a video about Curon? I think we did. Essentially, Curon is good for ships that have huge early shots and double shots. So I've seen them on Saladins, Sarcophagus, Pilums, and there's going to be some value there in some of those PvP runs. He's not really used very often. He's kind of like a novelty, if you will, like a niche. He's cool. But Dave says seems mad they get volunteers to do their dirty work. I said, I've critiqued how they communicate a long time. To me, a community manager should be the one up front doing that. And I will say Ares does I'd say a good job of that. Ares' problem is he's in Europe. So when most of us are here, he's not. I mean, right now, it is 8 p.m. for Ares. It is 8 p.m. Yeah, Benjamin, all the British. All of them can go. All of them! Dang colonizers. I'm just kidding. I love them. Yeah, anyway. But yeah, I think that's an issue where they need to have somebody here in the States and have somebody in APAC, like the Asian Pacific time zone, to be able to tell those players, hey, here's what's going on. Show us your PvP skills, kill warships bigger than yours on screen. I've done that so many times, I got nothing else to prove. There's so many screenshots of me beating up like jellyfishes that are 3 million stronger than me. It's no big deal. There are more Euro servers than in the USA. Robert, but there's more USA players than there are Euro players by a lot. So, suck it. America! Yeah! Woo! I love you, though. I love you, though. I actually think there's more US servers now. Let me take a look. There might be. They've definitely opened up a lot of Euro. Yeah, there's actually one more European server, but the one extra European server is also a dead server. So, yeah. Yeah, South America is also in the U.S. I don't want to ignore our Brazilian friends and Argentina and all those other things. They're also in the U.S. servers. So, it's actually pretty rude to call them U.S. servers because it's all of the Americas. But, by the way, we're just joking. So if y'all take offense, y'all are just being silly because we're jokes right now. We're just telling jokes. Don't forget Canada. All right, look, who doesn't forget? Canada is populated by 15 people and 5,000 mooses. Should be A servers. I mean, it's just stay offended. Exactly. In Europe, they said meh. And Canada said As a Canuck, you forget about our pet beavers. Now, as a Canuck, you should be reminding me about your Air Force of geese. Because y'all think I'm joking, but geese are extremely mean. Geese are a bunch of jerks. Geese are awful animals. I mean, that shows when people complain about the leaderboards in Europe, those are pretty easy. Yeah. European players typically have an easier time. I also say that European players on the servers that I've played on are definitely not as PvP heavy as us Americans. I guess it's because Americans are taught that war is amazing. But we love our PvP. European servers seem to be a little bit more laid back and chill. So, the Mounties are on their way to kick my butt on the back of the moose. Yes, I'm here for it. 6 uncommon chest win. I don't know, Benjamin. I love the idea. Probably never. But it never hurts to shoot the idea. It never hurts to go to them and say, hey, you should do this. But we got to give a real quick shout out to Eno, who just donated $18.93 to the house fund. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Greatly appreciated, Eno. You're amazing. Thank you so much. This is true, Ivana. This is very true. Factual statements being made. As an Ops 35, if you had $220 to $320 per month to spend, what would you spend it on? Well, Lane. One, will you be my sugar daddy? And two, if you would not mind, could you hit me up on Facebook or Discord personally and show me where you're at account-wise and what packs that you have available, and I will gladly give you a one-on-one and advise you on what I would say you should spend on. Okay? The Deutsch PvP. Oh, the Germans and the Russians are going at each other all the time? Well, where have we seen that story before? Could a U.S. player under Ops 12 transfer to a EU server? Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can transfer to any region you want. Like, I've played. That's how I do it, by the way. I've played on European servers. I've played on Asian Pacific servers. Yeah, you can transfer to any server that you want to. you are not region locked to servers. Now you are locked the ability to transfer by your level. So frequency modulator pack always looks really good. I'm not a big fan of that one personally, but is the difference between level 35 and 36 Armada chests significant enough to save credits? So Captain, when you go to level 36, you lose all those stupid hijacks and you start getting ISS jelly blueprints in your epics. So yes, come be a pirate with you in 187. Best bros, I really appreciate the invitation. I really do. It's extremely kind of you to think of me and want me to play on your server. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Do you know why the difference in power between the two new Borg officers? What do you mean, Hawk? What do you mean? Because I have both of those officers, and I'm curious to what you mean. Here, group. I have one of them on the ship, so it's going to show off. Oh, they're both on ships, so this should be fun. So they're both level 5. I mean, they're pretty dang the same. I'm not sure. I don't have the base stats pulled up because they're on a ship, so that's all the research is affecting them, but nice, Alfred. Hey, DJ is awesome, but I would love to blow his ships up. I would love to blow his ships up. Have you ever known anyone to get a full pull on Armada chest? Oh, Nicholas, I know a lot of people who got full pulls on Armada chest. A lot of people. Victor, I'm just speaking the truth, fam. America's never lost a war, right? We win them all, yeah! Anyway. The number next to the portrait? Huh? What you talking about, fam? How many warp shards should someone have if they didn't place in a leaderboard? I think you're supposed to end up like 20 short or something like that. What about Vietnam? Oh, we just took a break. What number would you give Borg Barrett? I don't know. I was asking that, but you got to fix regular Barrett before you make Borg Barrett. I love everybody bringing up random wars. Hey, Korea's not a loss. We gave them freedom. Go look at South Korea. We gave them freedom. By the way, just to be really clear, I'm not a fan of war in any way. So, Korea was a tie. Technically, Korea hasn't ended. The war is just in a ceasefire. So, technically, hasn't ended. Well, here, a fun history thing. Korea and Vietnam were the exact same thing. Literally the exact same thing. So, will 4 of 10 be available in charge? Because right now he's weaker than Mastan. We know I'm pretty sure he'll be available in the event store. We don't know about officer sourcing. Now, I did ask about officer sourcing in the dev Q&A that I'll be posting. And I don't want to give out too many answers. In fact, the sourcing I asked about was actually about TOS officers. And did they give me an answer? They gave me a halfway answer on that one. So the White House was painted white because white paint is the cheapest. They went over to Sherwin-Williams, and that's what was on sale. There's a bunch of dented cans there, Gary. It's the only reason. It's the only reason. I do think America because I would probably be speaking Japanese now. Hey, there you go. There you go. When's the dev Q&A going up? Eric, it depends. It'll be either tomorrow morning or later today. It'll take me about 2 to 3 hours to make that video. So if I stop streaming right now, it wouldn't come out for probably 2.5, 3 hours. So I might save it for tomorrow morning. Yeah, Gary, there was a big barbecue and things got out of hand, and John Adams spilled the barbecue, and the flames got on the post. They had to paint them white. You're right. Should you max your Bortus? I wouldn't. How many Heart of Stone shards would a solo player be short as they can't do Armadas? Why can't you do Armadas? They gave you the Armadas to finish the events. Why can't you do them? So you You ain't have, huh? Paulo, I'm not sure what you're asking there. I know there's a language barrier between us, so you should call Borg Barrett Unimatrix 12. There you go. You want my robe? I wore that robe like 4 days in a row. I loved it so much. So I might wear it tonight on the Twitch stream. Which, remember, by the way, if y'all haven't followed already, the Twitch streams are a whole lot of fun. Y'all should come join the Twitch if y'all haven't. I'll be on Twitch tonight. Y'all come hang out there. Why do we have Doomsday Worm still in the game? Dude, I complained about that a couple days ago. That's so dumb. So dumb. So dumb. Yeah, you get to see me dance, I guess. If that's, I don't know why people like that so much. But if you want to see a ginger badly dance and lose his breath, well, you will have the opportunity to do so if you come to Twitch. Hey, Tenchi. You don't need to go back to bed. Stay up. Twitch got upgrades. Oh, snap. What is a Doomsday Worm? Oh, I can show you what those are. We do have a couple newer players. And by the way, shout out to the newer players for being here. Love to see new people in the game. And if y'all would be so kind, please invite anybody from your server to the channel because I want to help as many people as possible. I mean, that is our focus here. So Doomsday Worms were part of the original series arc. So it's a little bit before some of y'all's time. Here's some of the systems. The Doomsday Worms are part of the original series. They're supposed to be the Doomsday theme. So you see the big Doomsday look right here on the outside, and then there's all these like little Doomsday pimples, and then the worms. Is this one not have any worm? There's a worm. So here's a little baby Doomsday worm flying out of the Doomsday pimple inside of the Doomsday machine. It was really dumb. We complained a great deal about how stupid this was, but these are Doomsday worms that every now and then they'll make us go attack these things for whatever reason. And it's got 3 little heads, and it just flies around space looking gross. And it makes no sense because that Doomsday Worm was never a thing in Star Trek. But here you go, a Doomsday machine that has Doomsday pimples, and those pimples produce Doomsday Worms. It is by far the grossest thing in this game. Think about that. We have a few in my Alliance watching the stream right now discussing it in Alliance chat. Keep it the good work. Well, hey, shout out to Kevin Williamson's Alliance. I hope that y'all are smart enough to kick him because he's an idiot. Kick Kevin Williamson out. He is awful. Absolutely terrible at the game. I actually saw him put Keensner on his Discovery and tried to warp something. It's absolutely terrible. It's terrible. Oh, man. Thank you, B-Tailing. I try to entertain y'all as well as inform. It tries to be a mix. Now, if you ever take offense to what I said, just remember, I don't care. I mean, I do care. I'm just, it's all jokes. We're adults here. Have fun. Have fun. Any questions y'all have before we get ready to wrap up the stream? Did Scopus say something about the Borg? They locked the Armada systems up behind transwarp shells. That's actually how they were before Phazonius. They just actually went and re-put the lock. They had actually taken that lock out so that we could use them for an event, and they put the lock back. So it actually always used to take a token. I actually still have some tokens, I think. I'm going to see if I got any tokens. We can send the Enterprise out there. Oh, yeah, I got 50 of those bad boys. So... what ship is best against the worms? It doesn't matter, BS. You use your standard hostile crew, so Pike Moreau Chin, or Cadet Uhura, Cadet McCoy Chin, or TNG LaForge, or I'm sorry, Next Gen LaForge and Next Gen Crusher Chin. You just use your normal hostile crew. Yes, cloaking does work. Oh God, I thought I said it. Cloaking does work on base cracking and armadas. As they didn't do the last Wharf auction, are they going to offer another event instead? Yes, I believe so. If I'm not maxing my borders, which battleship should I be maxing? Level 33. Augur? I love the Augur. And it lasts for a long time. I have players in the 40s who still use their Augur in Armadas. And Bobby, for your Augur for Armadas, it does depend on what you have and what your group is running. So... You definitely want to have burning, but remember you only need one person to do that. You only need one person to do that. So if you could run, say, Ash Tyler, DJ Aoki, there's a lot of runs you can run. I really need to sit down and do a group run with that one, though. Augur is a level 34 ship, but they said they were at level 35. And also talk about camping at 35. So anyway, hit me up and we'll go over crews, because I actually will crew an Augur differently if there's a group of Augurs or if there's one Augur. So I'll crew them very differently. Like, so 5 of 10 as captain is a big go-to for me, too, for that mitigation boost. I said 33. Did I? Did I? Oh, well, Dean is level 33. I see where y'all are going there. I was basically telling Dean to skip the Intrepid. Don't waste time on the Intrepid and go to the Augur. That's kind of what I was implying. My bad, y'all. There is no battleship worth maxing until the Augur, in my opinion. You can max the Bortus. It ain't going to hurt you, but it ain't going to really do anything for you. Because a tier 8 Bortus will do what a tier 9 Bortus does. Like in terms of hostile grinding. And there's not really a big PvP jump by going to tier 9 for a Bortus. Should I go Ops 34 now with only 1 mil Sally, no locked factions? I would definitely... What level are you at, Gangster Penguin? I definitely would get that tri-lock done for sure. We pronounce it Scopely, but they spell it Scopely. Are you sure it's pronounced Scopely? I'm pronouncing it how an American would pronounce it, Scopely. So, scope, because of the O, P, and the E, and then the Lee at the end. But that's how they've pronounced it when I've talked to them. Like when I've talked to them, they said it's Scopely. So, which, by the way, I don't know if y'all know this. Scopely just bought another gaming company. They spent $1 billion, by the way. Y'all know this? Y'all hear about this? I don't think I've posted anywhere. Scopely bought another gaming company yesterday. Yep. $1 billion. They bought GSN Games from Sony. GSN Games from Sony. And the deal is a mixture of cash and stock. So Sony is now going to be a part-time or a small minority owner of Scopely, and they get GSN Games. Yeah, so your packs are going so Scopely can buy new companies. There you go. Joshua, it's a very, very debatable topic. I think the 32 ships are all good. If you're free to play, I recommend saving for the epics just because they're so costly. But the 32s are good ships. Kendra, frantic Googling. Well, hey, I'm here to give you the news, right? Rev's here to deliver all the news to y'all all the time. I keep you informed. I keep you happy sometimes. Sometimes. The Gladius is probably the best PvE. The Burrell is the best PvP ship of the 32s. And the Intrepid is slow. What do you think was the motivation of buying GSN Games? I'm actually not really sure, Dean, because none of the titles really seem like that big of a moneymaker to me, but I don't honestly know enough. I can't think of any really big game that GSN has. You know, they've got Bingo Bash, and it's kind of like more of the the mom clickers and stuff. But whatever, I guess. I'm curious how that ends up working out for them. But they end up trying to buy... Wow, 100 million people play Tri-Peaks weekly, according to GSM. So that's really freaking big. Holy crap. 100 million play each week the game Tri-Peaks. So I guess Scopely does believe that they can pull blood from a turnip there. It's solitaire Tri-Peaks. It's not the type of game I would play. But it's like those bingo type games, things like that you'll see advertised on TV and all the grandmas love. Anyway, that's what Scopely bought. And now you know. You have been informed. Do with the information as you will. Scrapping blueprints can bring it up. Bro, we've been through that discussion so many times. Oh, gosh. I wish they would. I so do. I get so frustrated on some topics because we fight for them and then we get like no headway, and it's just really sad. Access to a huge player base. Yeah, I mean, kind of paying for a network. Yeah. What should I do to prepare for the jellyfish? She's got to level 37. Nothing really need to do to prepare. I mean, I'd be scrapping Mayflowers and Legionaries, but anyway, y'all, I got to get ready. I'm going to do some video editing. So I'm going to wrap up this game that we're doing. and we're going to be back a little bit later. I appreciate y'all have hung out. We had over 400 people at some point. If y'all wouldn't mind, smash the like button before you leave. If y'all want to help support the channel so I can do more of this. Remember, this is my career. It's what I do for a living, is gaming, entertaining. If y'all have had fun, if you enjoyed, if you had a good laugh, hit up the PayPal, hit the Venmo. If you don't want to, that's completely fine. I'll be live on Twitch later. If you're not on Twitch, please join the Twitch channel. If nothing else, just follow it, because we are trying to grow there, and join the Discord if you have not already. It's greatly appreciated. Y'all are amazing. If we missed your question, I apologize. Feel free to hit me up anytime on Facebook or Discord. Y'all are loved by me a great deal, because y'all support my 2 kids, and those are all that matter to me. I love my 2 kids. So live long and prosper. Stay safe, other Space Cowboys. We will catch you on the next exciting Star Trek Fleet Command video. Deuces, that's me. Bye-bye.